If we haven't met, I'm Ericka, and I'm excited to welcome you back to our channel here, friends. It's Mindset Monday. Already, I know Monday's not our favorite day of the week, but I'm hoping that these videos bring you a little bit of joy, bring you a little bit of grounding, kind of remind you of how awesome and amazing that you really are, and maybe it's something you could think on throughout the week. I want to encourage you, put me on in the background while you're working, kind of listen to it like a podcast, frankly. Just let it kind of sink in to your subconscious mind. And if something catches your ear, back it up, rewind, and listen to it again with your conscious mind. But the beautiful thing about our minds is how amazing they are. We can be doing boring accounting work. No offense to my accountants, but that is one of the most boring things that I have to do. Oh my gosh. With our conscious mind and checking facts and figures and numbers and spreadsheets, while our subconscious mind is listening to things like this and other mindset videos and what have you. And both are active at the same time because our mind is that kind of brilliant. So I want to encourage you, put this on in the background. You don't have to sit there and stare at, you don't have to do that. Just listen. Just listen. Another part of your brain will be active and working while you're listening. And today, I want to talk about something that I didn't expect to talk about, but I can't get away from talking about it. It just keeps coming back to my mind. It keeps coming back to my mind. It keeps coming back to my mind. So we're going to talk about it. Okay? We're going to talk about it. When it's 16 times I've heard this in the last week. I got you. I'm going to listen. I'm going to say it. And then I go to church on Sunday, and my church is giving out these shirts that say, "Find your people." And I'm like, all right already. I got it. Okay. So step one, if things keep coming back, if things keep coming around and you keep seeing these signs, or you keep getting t-shirts with literally the thing that's been playing through your head going through them, don't procrastinate. Just do it. Okay. But anyway, let me tell you about Find Your People. This is necessity. This is a requirement along your growth path. This is something that we all have to do. And this is something that can hurt. Because if you are surrounded by the wrong people, you will struggle. You will suffer. You will flail. You might even give up. The right people can encourage you. They can tell you, all right, you're being whiny and you're being kind of bratty and you're going to have to get over it. They can hold you accountable. They can say, you overreacted to that. The right people can and will say that kind of stuff to you to keep you on the path that you have said you want to be on, to help you get to those goals. The right person will look you in the face. My husband did this and say, "I know you're craving ice cream, but is that going to get you to the weight loss goal that you want to get to?" No. The wrong person be like, "Yeah, babe, let's go get some ice cream. I'm going to get some too. Let's get an extra pint for the freezer." Not necessarily. Sometimes a girl needs ice cream, okay? There's ice cream in my freezer. There's no shame. There's 3 pints of ice cream in my freezer right now. All right? I'm not shaming you for liking ice cream. I like ice cream too. But when I have expressed, I want to lose weight, I want to feel better, I want to lay off some of the dairy, and I'm in there I need some ice cream. I need some ice cream. I need some ice cream. He can say to me very kindly and very politely, look, if he says it with the wrong tone, we're going to fight. "Hey, babe, listen, you said your goal was this. Is ice cream going to get you to that goal?" That's all he has to say. He doesn't need to berate me. He doesn't need to tell me how I'm going to get fat or eating ice cream. No. He just needs to ask that question. Is doing this going to get you to there, where you want to be? That's what the perk of having the right people is. And you need the right people in your life. You got to. You've got to find your right people. Not everyone can ask me that question, and not everyone should. Not everyone needs to ask me that question, because there are some people I'll tell you to go to hell. I'm just going to be real honest. We're not going to mince words around here. I will tell you to go hell and enjoy the trip. Okay? If some people ask me that question. But Solomon, my husband, is the right person for me. And he's learned the right way to ask me those questions. And so I want to challenge you. I want to encourage you. Maybe I'm the right person to do that for you. And maybe I'm the wrong person to do that for you. Listen, I know everybody don't like me. I know everybody don't like my voice. Everybody don't like my attitude. Everybody don't like my accent. That's fine. But if I'm the right person for you in this, listen to me. You got to find the right people who are going to encourage you in the way that you need encouraged. See, with me, I don't need Solomon telling me about all the calories that are in ice cream. I don't need Solomon telling me, oh, but you said you was going to do. I don't need all that. I know all that. I'm solid. I'm grounded. I know what I said. I know how many calories are in that scoop of ice cream. I know how many reps I know all of that. So the right person for me needs to be the one asking me questions that I have to answer. Don't tell me anything. In fact, chances are I know a lot more than someone else does because I'm a nerd and I research the snot out of everything. Don't tell me things. Ask me questions. That's the right person for me, and that's what he's learned. That's the way to approach me. He doesn't like being asked questions. He likes being told things because he likes to take in that information audibly. So I've learned to be the right person for him. Now, to find the right people, to find your people, some people call them a tribe, some people call them a circle, call them whatever you want. I don't care what you call them. I'm just going to call them your people, okay? It's gender neutral. It's gender affirming. It's this very neutral term, your people, all right? I don't want to offend too many people today. The first thing you got to do to find those people is you probably have to let go of some bad ones. I think we talked about this before in my video on being authentic, about how I had some friendships that I had to let go because those friendships were based on gossiping about people. They were based on tearing people down. They were based in unhappiness, and I had to let those friendships go. And you may have to do some of that. You may have to take stock of your people and say, when I have a crisis, does Samantha respond in the way I need her to? When my dad died, Timothy was a royal butthead to me. Should I keep him around? Come on, my dad died, right? Those are questions that only you can answer. And those are situations that are going to be very unique to you. Maybe Timothy acted perfectly fine for the way your dad died. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Only you can ask those questions. So kind of take stock about the people. And if you have besties that you would not call in the middle of the night if your house was on fire, why are you calling them besties? Not saying that everyone around you needs to be that intimately in your circle. But if you're oversharing, overgiving, overdoing for people you can't count on in an emergency, what you doing? That might be the wrong one. And maybe they need to kind of move seats. There's a speaker, a pastor that I love, Kim. Oh, gracious. Kim, what's your last name, girlfriend? Oh, goodness. I can't find her last name in my brain. Kim somebody or another. Oh, Real Talk Kim. There she is. Real Talk Kim. She likes to say that some people get the cheap seats in your life, right? You got the front row people, you got the mezzanine people, and you got the nosebleed people. Yeah? And some of the people that you have in front row, they need to go up to the nosebleed section. And it may be a process. You may have to kind of move them back a few rows, back to the mezzanine, back to the upper decks, and then, honey, you go into the nosebleed. You may have to move them around like that, and that's fine. Some people, you need to move slowly because it's going to be so much of a crisis, it's not worth it. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. But you got to let go of the wrong people. You got to recognize the toxic people in your life. You got to recognize the people who are not there for you in your life. You got to recognize the people that you would not call them for anything. Yeah. And I want to put in here As you're letting go of the wrong people, you may have the urge to mourn. Please mourn. You're mourning the loss of relationship. You're mourning the loss of potential. That is something that I have had to learn. Oh. Mourn the loss of potential, of what could have been, what should have been. Right? That's one of the things that you see a lot with people who are leaving relationships. They're mourning the loss of the relationship, but most often they're mourning the loss of what could have and should have been. They're mourning the loss of potential. And I want to encourage you to let yourself mourn whatever loss comes through. Loss of the relationship, loss of the friendship, loss of the connections. Sometimes we're friends with people because they have a proximity to power. I get that. We're all human. Let yourself mourn those losses. And then there's only two parts to this. Let go of the wrong people. And part 2 to finding your people is to be authentically you. You've been playing a part. You've been looking a part. You've been sounding a part. You've been dressing a part. I don't know what you've been doing, but you haven't been you, right? You got along with the gossip girls because you were acting like the gossip girl. Yeah? If you want to change your circle, you've got to figure out who you are. You can go back and watch the Be Authentic video. That's fine. I encourage that because we need to talk about how to be authentic. I want you to watch that video. But the only way you're going to find your true people is to be your true self. If you hate guacamole, why are you over here telling people you like guacamole? If avocado toast is your favorite breakfast and you haven't told anybody because you're afraid you're getting made fun of like a millennial, the thing that you are afraid to share with the world is your authentic self. Ooh. Okay, that's this week's saying of the week. That is the thing that I am afraid of sharing with the world is my authentic self. That's what you're afraid of. So whatever you're afraid to tell the world that you like or you love or you want to do, you want to be, you want to become, that's your true self. And somebody somewhere along the way told you couldn't do it, you shouldn't do it, it's embarrassing, keep your mouth shut, don't talk about things like that. How dare you be a millennial and like avocado toast? That one just drives me crazy. So what is it? Look within you. What is that thing that you love, but you're afraid? You know, a lot of men and male presenting people love to sing. And they kind of hold back because their dad and grandpappy and whomever else told them that real men don't sing. Maybe that's your true authentic self that wants to sing. I don't know. And you don't have to be good at this thing. Nobody said you had to be good at this. That's not in the contract. But you have to do that authentic thing and surround yourself with vocalists, surround yourself with other people who love to sing, join a choir, join a chorale, join barbershop, I don't know, do all of these things. The holidays are coming up, so there's lots of holiday concerts coming. You know, yeah, you kind of have to sing pretty for those. Just practice. Watch all the musicals you want to watch, you know, that kind of stuff. Whatever it is that you're hiding from the world, that's your authentic self. That's what needs to come out. That's what needs to have some time in the sun. Because that is what's going to attract your authentic people. That is what's going to help you find your people. Not this part you've been playing. Because that's how you found the wrong people. That's why you got the wrong people in your life. It's cool. It's cool. We all play a part as part of self-preservation. We're older now. We're more experienced now. We've endured a pandemic now. Girl, we can take anything after that stinking pandemic. Okay? So what is it that you're hiding from the world that you need to show off? Because that is what's going to draw your authentic people to you. I hear so often, I know this is going to be a long video, but you know what? Put me on in the background. It's fine. I hear, oh my geez. I hear at least once a week these days, people in business saying, well, your vibe attracts your tribe, and I got all these people who ain't the least bit like me. You know what that says to me? You know what that says to me? That says to me, you were faking it. The fake it till you make it, garbage. Crapola, hate it. Don't do that. You have grown a team, grown a network, grown a group, grown a whatever of people who are nothing like you because you weren't acting like you. You weren't embodying you. You weren't being you. You attracted people who were fake because you were being fake. You attracted people who were acting the way you've been acting, not who you really are. And so I'm going to look at your team leader with all the love I can muster, because I had to look at me in the mirror too and say, it's time for you to be you, authentic you. Your organization will change, your team will change, your dynamic of your group will change, your customer base will change. If you are struggling with, I'm trying to attract the right people and I'm getting all the wrong people, this is for you. I know it's hard. Oh boy, I know it's hard. But check your groups, check your organization, check your team. And if they're nothing like you who you truly are, maybe they are like the person you're presenting to the world. Maybe they're the part that you're playing. I realize that's not fun to hear. I know that. But maybe I'm the right person for you to be kind of that fork in the road to say, take a look. Just look and see. And maybe recognize. Yep, been playing a part. Not being very authentic, not being my true self. And I've got the group, the team, the organization to prove it. And today you just start to change that. This is not going to be overnight. Oh gracious, you didn't learn how to play this part to protect yourself out of self-preservation overnight. Oh no. No shame, no guilt, no condemnation here. No. If you're thinking like, oh my God, I screwed all the way up. No. You did what you did because you had to do it. You had to. You had to do it to survive. You had to do it to achieve. You had to do it to keep yourself safe. Myriad of other reasons that you had to do what you had to do. Now you're ready to hear this. Now you're ready to take that accountability. Now you're ready to look within yourself and say, all right, girl, who is our authentic self here? Because we don't know her. Now you're ready for that. And now you can start one step at a time, one little bit at a time, understanding who you really are, what you really like, what you really want to do, and just a little bit, just one toe at a time, start doing it. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't drown yourself in this. And please, for the love of Oreos, don't shame yourself. You did what you did to survive. Survival time is over. Right? We're coming out of survival and it's time for us to thrive. And you will thrive by being you. You love musicals? You'll thrive by living in the musical world. Right? If you love to cook, you will thrive by cooking. And it could be the smallest, silliest things. Did you just see my smile where I smiled with my whole face and my eyes squint? I used to hate smiling like that. Hate it. Now I don't care anymore because it is who I am. It is who I am. I smile with all of me. My face, if my mouth doesn't say it, my face will, and I've understood that. And when I can smile with my whole face, my whole eyes all scrunched, you know it's a true smile. Right? And I've learned to accept that part of me and let it be a part of me. And so maybe you start with something simple like that. You start to accept your smile. You start to accept your teeth, your nose, your hair color, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Just start small and start being the authentic you. Because you deserve the good things that you want in life. All right? This week's homework. Just spend some time with you. Who are you? What do you love? What do you hate? Because what you hate is powerful too. And just learn a little bit more about you. Okay? Put it in the comments here. My authentic self is good enough. And I know that sounds like, but my authentic self is amazing, is perfect, is wonderful. No. There's someone watching this who has been taught to hate their authentic self, who has been taught that the things that they love, don't you dare talk about those. And to go from hating themselves all the way to how amazing they are is too big a jump and they can't do it. We're going to go just a little bit. My authentic self is good enough. My authentic self is good enough. Just a little bit. My authentic self is good enough. Start with that. Put that in the comments. Make that your mantra this week as you're learning who you are, as you're going forward past this week, as you're discovering who you authentically are. And it comes up, that little voice, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's society in the back of your head going, don't you dare tell anybody about that. My authentic self is good enough, so why don't you just hush? Right? Right. Our mantras, our sayings of the week are meant to combat the voices in our heads sometimes. So this one, my authentic self is good enough. Use that for me. Use that for you. Use that as you go through this week. All right. Have a wonderful week. Good luck figuring out who you are, because who you are is awesome and amazing. Always. All right. I'll see you later.